Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Explainer. I am so thrilled to have you with us today as we unpack the absolute latest global and Indian polystyrene market intelligence. We're going to be looking at the crucial data for the third week of August 2026, brought to you straight from the experts at Polymer Bazaar. If you're out there tracking commodity data and you need to make sense of all these crazy pricing shifts, well, you're exactly in the right place.
But real quick, before we get into the numbers, we just want to send a massive Happy Independence Day out to all our subscribers watching from India. You know, Polymer Bazaar is all about giving you that rock-solid, actionable commodity data, and today's explainer is absolutely packed with it. All right, let's take a really quick look at our roadmap for today. We're going to hit the global PS market snapshot, move over to the China Bazaar, dive into the Indian Bazaar, check out some AI tools for traders, and then wrap it all up with a solid purchase recommendation.
Okay, let's dive right into Section 1, the Global PS Market Snapshot.
Now this is where things get really fascinating. Look at this wild anomaly we've got across these three major regions. Demand is just, well, it's pretty uninspiring everywhere. We're seeing weak purchases in the US, absolutely zero improvement in Europe, and just downright dull demand in Turkey. Normally, you'd expect prices to just fall right off a cliff, but nope. Check this out. GPPS prices in the US are actually holding rock steady at $1,640 per metric ton on an FAS Houston basis. Over in Europe, prices are actually creeping up to $1,600 a metric ton. And in Turkey, same story, pushing up to $1,630 a metric ton CFR. So what's going on here? Well, external pressures, like super tight feedstock supplies in the US, those massive logistical nightmares over in Europe, and rising operating costs for Turkish producers, they are literally propping prices up. It's a textbook supply-side squeeze, and it's even pulling HIPS and EPS prices higher along with it.
Moving right along to Section 2, the China Bazaar. So, as we pivot over to Asia, the whole vibe completely shifts. Unlike the West, China is dealing with totally stagnant styrene prices. The feedstock just isn't pushing the market at all, so buyers are playing it incredibly safe. Demand remains super low, and people are strictly buying just what they need to have, basically hand to mouth. Because of this, we're seeing spot prices for GPPS essentially locked in at RMB 9,350 per metric ton, while HIPS is sitting right at RMB 10,350 per metric ton. It's a very cautious market environment right now. I mean, nobody wants to be the one caught holding excess inventory, right?
Which brings us to Part 3, AI tools for traders.
I want to take a quick second to tell you about a real game changer. Polymer Bazaar actually built an AI-powered chatbot that drops weekly PS reports, future trends, and predictions right onto your phone. It's literally 3 easy steps. You just save this number, +91 93746 24365. You shoot them a WhatsApp message with just the letters PS, and boom, you get instant updates in like 5 seconds. Honestly, when the market is acting as weird as it is right now, having that kind of data in 5 seconds flat is a massive operational advantage.
All right, let's transition over to Section 4, the Indian Bazaar.
Coming back to the home market here, we are seeing a pretty significant drop in September 26 GPPS import offers. They've tumbled down to about $1,360 per metric ton, CIF Nahava Sheva and Mundra.
And local producers? They are definitely feeling it and reacting. Supreme Petrochem, a major PS producer, actually went ahead and slashed their ex-works prices by 3 rupees per kg. That rate revision went into effect back on August 10th.
But you've got to ask yourself, why are local prices dropping when they're holding so firm over in the West? Well, the overall buying pulse is just damped. Finished product sales have been undeniably dull, with honestly no immediate signs of bouncing back. Because of that, converters have basically packed up and moved entirely to the sidelines. Meanwhile, traders are already sitting on plenty of stock, so right now there's absolutely zero urgency in the supply chain to go out and absorb any new material.
So here is the million-dollar question. How exactly should you navigate this market?
Which leads us perfectly into Section 5, our purchase recommendation.
And this brilliantly illustrates why we are making this specific strategic call today. According to the source, and I'm going to quote this directly, there is a possibility of the local producer rolling over its ex-works prices. As such, we suggest buying only for routine requirements. Okay, so what's the real takeaway here? It's bottom line authoritative advice. Since local producers are probably just going to roll over their ex-works prices rather than slash them again to magically try and stimulate demand, taking aggressive long positions right now, it just doesn't make any sense. The data is screaming for a highly conservative approach. Stick strictly to buying for your immediate routine requirements until this finished product market actually shows a pulse.
Now, if you want to dig a little deeper into the exact data that shaped this strategy, you definitely need to check out the full PDF report over at polymerbazaar.com/future-trend/GPPS. And hey, if you're actively hunting for direct buying and selling leads for PS, pick up the phone and call the relationship manager directly at +91 63521 24365. Oh, and of course, make sure you're subscribed to the Polymer Bazaar YouTube channel. Hit the like button, share it with your team, and smash that bell icon so you never miss out on these critical updates.
Thank you so much for hanging out with me for this explainer today. I really hope these insights help make sense of what's been a pretty complex week in the global polystyrene market. Have an absolutely fantastic weekend, and we will see you right back here in the next trading session starting next Monday, where we're going to cover even more commodity, engineering, and polymer updates. But until then, I'm going to leave you with this to chew on. Are you properly positioned to pivot if local producers somehow defy expectations, or are you going to get caught holding excess inventory in a totally dull market? Keep your data close and your strategy closer. Catch you next time.